Hey everybody, it's your boy, Dude John here. Thank you so much for watching this video, much appreciated. If you like the content, please hit that sub button. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell to let you know when I post another video for you guys. Hit that like button. And if you want to, drop a comment and say hi. I also live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on turbo.live/DudeJohn, 9 p.m. Central Time. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making them. Let's get into this video, shall we? Yo, this is pro-choice and pro-life supporters Church for Common Ground, a middle ground series put together by, made by, produced by, whatever other word I'm looking for, by Jubilee. Excuse me. I'm not tired. I'm really not. Before we get into this video, I'm a little bit of both, to be honest with you. As a Christian, I'm pro-life, but I can see a few reasons, a couple reasons why someone should get abortion. Not should, but have the choice into it. Like if she was raped, if it was a rape victim, rape baby, or health reasons. Who knows? I'm kind of in between that, I'm guessing. But as I said, the abortion should only be allowed if it was a rape baby or there's some kind of medical reason, like the mom could die or something like that, is to continue the pregnancy. But that's just me. But let's see what this is all about.
You can say whatever you want.
Why am I nervous? I don't know why I'm nervous right now. This is like, ooh.
My name is Patty, and I am pro-life. I had 2 abortions. I know what happens to the emotional and psychological part of women.
My name's John, and I'm pro-choice. 6 years in the Planned Parenthood of Golden Gate.
My name is Marie, and I am pro-life, and I help women reverse their abortion once they've started them, if they would like to do so.
All right, all of my pro-choice people, please go over there. All of my pro-life people, come to this side. All right, first, very important question. Do you agree with this statement? A hot dog is a type of sandwich.
What?
No, don't do it.
Well, I'm the only one. Oh, well, a sandwich is just something between 2 pieces of bread, and that's what a hot dog is.
Disagreeers, come on in.
I disagree because a sandwich is 2 pieces of bread, right? But a hot dog bun isn't 2 pieces of bread.
Hot dog is its own thing. It's just the way it's eaten is different.
If you had a hot dog bun and you put like deli meats in there, would that be still a...
Would it be a sandwich
That would
then?
still be a hot dog though still, right? I mean, it's like, oh, okay.
Are we going to solve world peace here?
Yeah.
Next statement. Sometimes I question my beliefs around abortion.
Oh, right, we're supposed to start talking.
Yeah, because you hear the
Sure.
other person's perspective and you're like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think I question mine often because I could imagine that if I wasn't living my life based on my Christianity, I would want women to have that choice as well.
All right, my disagreeers, come on
I used to be a pro-life feminist.
Really?
Yes, until I had an abortion. Actually, I had two. And after I realized what I had done, I knew I had made the biggest mistake in my life. I realized that it wasn't I shouldn't be taking the life of a child. So after that, I struggled with it for 35 years with my abortions, and so I have no doubts. I am all the way pro-life.
But I believe fundamentally that the woman should have that right to make the decision. And I've never been anybody who's pro-abortion. Oftentimes they don't have good choices, and they're picking the lesser of the bad choices.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm very certain of my views because I want to respect that everyone has that option. And I think that if you take that away, you endanger children more than if you allow them to make that choice for themselves. So.
But a woman can choose for herself, but she doesn't have the right to choose for someone else. Because if a child is inconvenient as a toddler, are you going to kill that child as a toddler? No.
I think we're talking about a completely different thing, though, in that regard.
Science. We're talking science.
And I'm saying, like, a lot of times women have to have abortions because of medical reasons.
That's like
a lot of time.
0.001%.
Right.
Yes. Time? Oh, you got us.
I know, right in the thick of it.
Next prompt. I know someone who has had an abortion.
My sister had an abortion.
Almost 2 years ago, I found out I was pregnant and had an abortion forced on me by a man twice my age who made a ton of money, and I felt like I had no other choice. If I wasn't a Christian and if I didn't believe the things that I believed, I would be pro-choice, like 100%. But at the end of the day, like, to my core, I believe that all human life is so sacred, and it's not our choice. It's never been our choice.
I realized that I shouldn't have had that choice because I was choosing life and death over another human being. It's taking a life. But I do understand, definitely understand where you guys came from.
The only difference we have is when that fetus becomes a human life. If that's a human being, then my tonsils are human beings. I think there are answers.
That's a scary gray area. And in the Bible, you did say, I don't know what part of Christianity, but Jesus says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. Not a sparrow falls from the sky without my knowing.
I feel like I really respect you and your faith. I respect that that's your feeling and that you all feel that way. But I also feel like one can feel that way regardless of the Bible, regardless of Christianity. It's one of those things that happens and has happened actually for decades, for a while. And people make that decision, and it is their decision. They make that decision for whatever reasons, I mean, again, you help people who have taken a pill first, then change their mind, and I think that's great. But if you have one and you feel regretful, then deal with it. If you have one you don't really feel regretful, or you feel like it really truly was the best decision for you, then that's what happens. And I just think we all know people like that, or I just don't feel like we have any right to force a particular way, and I think it's great to try to just be open,
Next statement. I sometimes feel judged for my beliefs around abortion.
I'm pretty judged around my beliefs.
That's pretty unanimous. Hey guys. It's been a long time.
I think we all feel that way because it's an emotional, a very emotional topic. I've actually been verbally attacked by a lot of the pro-choice people, about what I went through with the regret, the alcoholism, and all of that stuff that tied into the abortion.
For me, it's something that Marie said a little bit a while ago about our Christian faith. And implicit in that is that someone who's pro-choice isn't Christian. I was raised a Roman Catholic. I consider myself a Christian. I don't believe that there's anything in Christianity, as I understand it, that requires me to believe that abortion is murder.
I grew up in a Christian home. My mom's a pastor, but they also respect that they know that it's my ultimate decision, and they know that what it is that I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna choose for my life, that they don't have control over, and that I am an adult. Sometimes in the argument between the two sides, there's a lack of respect for the fact that, like, I don't have to agree with you. You live your life the way that you want to, and I'll live it the way I want to, as long as you're not stopping me. Sorry, you guys.
Next prompt. I have children.
What?
I have two kids, a son who's 30, and then a daughter who's 28.
I have one son who is 36. He's adopted. I couldn't have children biologically. I convinced a doctor to give me a tubal ligation because I punished myself for having the abortions.
I have a daughter. She's a year old and she's in heaven.
Aww.
How do you feel having children informs your views about abortion?
To me, in my experience at Planned Parenthood, almost everybody had kids. And the slogan, if you will, of Planned Parenthood was, no child an unwanted child. And we wanted our children, and that's why we chose to have them.
What about all the people that would gladly take care of that child that cannot have a pregnancy to save their life?
Well, because the woman has to go through
9 months for a whole life that a child could have?
Disagreeers, come on in.
I think one of the things that I immediately reacted to is that, okay, 9 months, whatever, but there are so many children, not just in America, but the world over, that don't have loving parents, that are not in a loving situation, that are not cared for, fed, clothed, loved. And I think that is the most important thing, to care about our children because they are our future.
So the child in the womb has no value whatsoever?
No, I don't think so at all. I'm not saying that. I never said that.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I'm just saying that to me that's unclear, whether it's, you know, this or that or this or that. And despite the fact that you say there are people out there that want to adopt this child or want to take care of this child, there are still so many that are not. And that's
I don't think
horrible
that
to-
wrong makes this right, though.
I understand that. I'm not saying that. I'm only responding to your comment about.
Like, my view is I don't personally want to have kids. I want to adopt all my children because of that reason, and because I lived with a family that took me in when my family didn't want me, and so I understand that, one, the foster system and adoption is not that easy, and if we're making it about taking care of the child, yeah, let's do that. Let's take care of the children. But we need to make sure that there are opportunities in place for all the children to be successful, so that that child has a world to come into that's actually going to be good to it. Because we don't live in that world right now. We don't offer those things to our children.
You should talk a lot of the people that came from a ton of adversity, who've now made it in this world, who
We're not
literally
talking
came
about
from
that.
slums.
We're not talking about the success
Yeah,
that
but you
happens. We're
can't
talking about people that we're talking about kids today that do not have
and their
a home.
worth, that worth, in my opinion, is exactly equal to a 20-week baby in a
Totally
womb.
understand, and I respect that. I'm only saying, my only comment was, I feel like it's unfair to be like, well, blah, 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 9 months, why can't you just have a kid for 9 months and then give it up? Oh, cool.
I don't like that,
Getting
Blondie.
cooler in here, though, isn't it?
It is.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last question of the day. I was surprised by someone's response today.
She's the only one. Oh, nope.
I wasn't expecting to hear some of the stories about people's lives and their experiences who've had abortions, and like I can only imagine the pain that is associated to making that decision, and I have a lot of compassion and sympathy for people who go through that. I wasn't expecting it to be as calm as it was. I think that there were moments, but I think for the most part we were respectful of each other, and I still think that you guys are awesome people, I mean, outside of this situation.
Okay, maybe I should have walked in.
I wasn't surprised at how this has gone, because when we were all talking outside, it didn't make any difference whose side was on whose side, and we all bonded right away. You know, sometimes our levels got a little bit raised, but you know what? We all respect each other.
No matter what you do, you've heard all the arguments. There's not going to be one argument where you're like, oh my gosh, I just changed my mind. No, it's never going to. You know, people are who they are, and it usually takes a certain situation happening. But I think it's healthy to have the dialogue. I think it doesn't happen enough. It happens too much behind our computers. And
Oh, okay.
that's cool. Sorry, dog. Okay.
Oh, I guess we're hugging. Yeah, we can do it. Hey.
Wasn't expecting anything like that. I was actually expecting more, you know, better questions, I'm gonna say, for it. It was. It almost seemed like they were trying to tiptoe around some of the stuff that probably should have been asked. But, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. And as always, you are loved.